I just want to say that it's super important to stay innovative and curious. I think curiosity is a key for growth because if we just stay content with where we are, we're actually not gonna grow and just kind of go down. So staying curious, staying positive, and staying connected is definitely the key here.
Women Who Own It podcast spotlights women business owners who are pioneers in their field, setting trends, blazing trails, and creating game-changing innovations. Brought to you by WeBank, the largest certifier of women-owned businesses in the U.S. and a leading advocate for women business owners and entrepreneurs. And me, Allison Maslin. I've been a business owner for the last 35 years. I'm the Wall Street Journal best-selling author of the book Scale or Fail. So join our bold community of women who built it, grew it, and own it. I'll see you on the show. Welcome to the fourth season of the Women Who Own It podcast, where we're diving into the theme of momentum. This year, we're exploring how our network of women-owned businesses builds and sustains momentum in their practices and their operations, from developing successful strategies to overcoming obstacles and leveraging community support. Our guests will share their insights and experiences in driving growth and inspiration. And so we hope to inspire you with practical tips on how to stay ahead of the curve in an ever-evolving market. My name is Allison Maslin. I'm the CEO and founder of Pinnacle Global Network. I'm your host today, and we help business owners grow and scale their companies. So join us on Women Who Own It as we embark on this exciting journey of learning, discovery, and growth. And speaking of momentum and growth, I am so excited to bring to the show and introduce to you all Ola Parks, and she is the co-founder and executive producer of Highlight. NYC is a creative agency. Her multidisciplinary background is rooted in media and entertainment, and her leadership and 15 years of expertise in strategy, production, and advertising have contributed to the growth of the team and to her company. Ola holds an MBA with a specialization in marketing management from St. John's University and has completed an executive program for entrepreneurs at Harvard Business School. She's an active member of the community involved with organizations such as Women Presidents Organizations in New York, of course, WeBank. That's why we're here today. And the See Her movement as a proud sponsor. She also serves as a mentor at the Accelerator program for NYC Media Pros. So Ola, welcome to Women Who Own It.
Thank you. Thank you. This is very exciting. Thank you for having me, Allison.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we've had the opportunity to meet before, so it's great to have you here on the show. And can you share a little bit with us, with our business owner listeners today, about your inspiration to build your company, Highlight? It's amazing, the branding and marketing work that you have done out in the world. So how did it all begin?
Absolutely. This is, it's been quite a journey. Again, my name is Ola Parks, and I'm the executive producer of Highlight. We are full service creative and production agency based in New York, but we do have a national presence and even international presence as well. We specialize in brand strategy, branded content. We have a full scale production capabilities and post-production, offering TV commercials, branded content, social media content, and you name it. We've been around for about 7 years now. And it's been an amazing journey. I love being an entrepreneur or having my own business, my own team. But it began, again, 7 years ago when I was actually working at the advertising agency as a director, account director. And my business partner now worked at the same agency as producer. So he was running a production department. And we became friends, and we were talking about, we would grab a coffee or lunch, and we were dreaming about having our own creative and production house one day. And then that one day just happened, and we decided to both quit and be on our own.
Wow, you went for it. You took that bold move.
Yes, and just to add to it, my son back then was about 1 year old. So I'm here with the 1 year old baby, and decided to quit my perfect cushion job and start from scratch. So
yeah, that's a bold move. And, you know, a lot of people would not take that move. And here you did, and you have this great agency. And 7 years is, you know, that's a nice run so far. And so I'm sure that you've learned a lot along the way. And I feel that that's one of the great things about mentoring, which we do with our clients, is to learn from others the path that they've led before us. What are some of the lessons that you have learned in these 7 years when it comes to building your business?
absolutely. As I said, it's been a journey. So it's never an easy move when you're starting something new. But the biggest the biggest I would say learning is finding a right partner, like finding a right partner, like as in any relationship, that your partner can ruin you. Like they always say, do not ever get divorced, because it just ruins everything you've ever built. But it's the same with business. So choosing the right partner for your business is essential, because partner build you up, partner inspire you, you keep each other accountable. Because even though there are plenty of business owners out there that make it by themselves, and they're very successful, but I find this, for me, very beneficial and helpful, having that conversation, that accountabilities. Like we set KPIs to each other, right? We have goals, and we really help grow. And then when I again had a baby, or I needed to do some things for my family, he was there to pick it up. And then when he was working on some personal things, I was able to help. So for me, that was very essential.
You know what? That is such great advice, Ola, because you know, I've had several companies. I had one partnership that did not go well. It was not a good match. And then I had another partnership that was fantastic. So I think it's, you know, I think sometimes business owners can jump into a partnership without thinking through those important things and compatibility. And then, you know, they can regret it later. But there are such benefits to it when you do have that right partner. It's such a support system, a way to brainstorm on ideas and so forth. So thanks for sharing that. You had something else you wanted to share?
Absolutely. And of course, another thing is to have a good team, right? Having a good team is essential. And I feel like this year, more than ever, good talent is a key. Because it's everything you give to the client. Of course, you can nurture talent, you can help them grow, but at the end of the day, if your people are not really in it, and if they really don't believe in your mission and in your vision for the company, they will not be good. They will just sink you down. So it's really crucial to feel the good talent and nurture them. But if you feel like it's not matching, just move on and find new ones, because as I said, that they are the ones who are talking to the clients on a daily basis. They are the ones that are representing you on a daily basis. So it's really important to do that. But it's not only about the demand that excellence from them, but you have to invest in talent. You have to provide them with reasons why they want to be part of your team. Give them flexibility, give them innovation, right? Innovation ideas, let them grow. One of the things that I do with my team, I bring them to my conferences. I'm not the only one that flies to these conferences or meets the people. I actually want them to experience that. I coach them how to talk to other people about us, about themselves. So I think it's important.
Yeah, great advice. And I got to meet some of your team at the conference in Nashville. So that's great that you do that. And I do believe that as the business grows, for you to be able to move more into that CEO role, working on the vision of your company, you've got to have a team managed business. It's really critical that the team is able to run things, and take that vision and run with it. So really powerful advice there. Let's dive into a little bit of just marketing advice. I think it's one of the areas that business owners struggle with so much. What are some mistakes, for instance, Ola, that business owners make when it comes to building their brand? What do you see out there that people are where they might be missing the boat?
I guess a lot of people just try to do it all on their own. And one of the success stories of our agency and how we grew so fast into a multi-million-dollar agency is creating partnerships. Because there's only so much you can do alone. And even within our WeBank group, within our WeBank pool of agencies, there's so many partnerships that could be created. And together we can be much more stronger and better suited to go after these big clients. So one of the things that we did, and as I mentioned to you, we come from large advertising agency that were part of Dentsu. Before we quit and started our own creative and production shop, we actually created partnership with the same agency, offering them discounted rates and bulk rates. This way we were able to service all of their clients and keep constant flow of income for us. So partnerships for us are essential. And even right now, we still partner with many, many other agencies, and we work like an extension to their creative team. And it works really well for us. So do not go alone. Do not think you need to do it all by yourself. There's so many other ways to grow much faster if you join these partnerships. So
yeah, that is such great advice. Instead of looking at them like competition, how can you collaborate? Because there is so much abundance out there, and you can support one another and really build a larger ecosystem. So that is fantastic advice. Do you feel like marketing has changed post-pandemic?
absolutely. Looking back at what happened to our agency during pandemic, it completely restructured everything that we've done and we've had. Again, we had a big business in the city, a big office in the city, full of equipment, 10 people on staff, a lot of retainer clients, conferences, this, that, to like being on the lockdown and having to have people be home or having no job for a long time, because in production, you have to be present to be able to film, and COVID, of course, didn't allow us to do that. So it completely changed how we started running the business. We revamped. We changed our structure of the agency from being in the office from Monday to Friday to being more remote, and we never actually went back to being in the city. There's no need to justify the office expense, so we're fully virtual at this point, and then it helped us to also collaborate more freely with people all around, the nation and even overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So it brought us so much more opportunity for wider pool of talent, wider collaboration. The new systems that we're using, Zoom became everyday life, of course, to maintaining meetings and so on. But it definitely changed the way we are looking at, the business and the way we're conducting business.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has. It's interesting because I think when initially things happened, it felt like things were getting smaller, but it has helped people to actually expand their reach much larger and globally for many companies. So,
Absolutely, yeah. We started doing virtual shoots. We invested in a new equipment that we would ship equipment to the clients, and they would end it with tutorials that would be able to film themselves, and then we would add it. So it just became this whole new line of business that we never even thought of. So it created actually a lot of opportunities for us. COVID. It also, like, post-COVID, we have, being Ukrainian, and I'm sure you know what happened with Ukraine and everything. We felt very helpless that we cannot. What can we do to support our home country? And we started working with Ukrainian talents, actually. So we currently we hire about 5 different Ukrainian agencies to fulfill work for our clients, and we are being very, very transparent with our clients about it, and they love it because all of a sudden they can have so many more, so much more work for less, because we bring. It's a win-win for everyone. It's a win for the client because it's a cost savings for them. It's a win for us, and it's win for the talent in Ukraine.
oh, that is beautiful. I did not know that. And thank you for sharing that. It really is. It's also so great when you can do your business, run your business, and you're also making such a big impact to so many people, right? That's really what business is all about. And we're talking about creating momentum. So you're creating momentum for your business, but also for others. It's far reaching. Marketing can be very overwhelming to companies. And, I used to own my own advertising agency. Like, it was my earlier business, and this was pre-internet. Okay. So marketing was very different then. It was really just radio, TV commercials, print. It was pretty much that, and also direct mail. Now you've got email marketing, social media, paid ads, now AI, I mean, bots, it's endless.
Yes.
And I think business owners they get paralyzed. I don't even know what to do, so I don't do anything. And a lot of their business is focused on referrals, which is great, but there's so much more out there. So what do you feel like is the best place for business owners to start, even if business owners have been in business for quite some time? What's the best place for them to start to build the marketing for their business?
Well, if you are a women-owned business, I highly recommend joining WeBank.
Yes.
For the reasons that you can have so much network, like, and the access to so many great people, and again, not only those big brands that everyone is trying to chase, but creating partnership with other women-owned businesses is just essential to for growth and for marketing, for that matter, for referring among each other. It's amazing. Cross promotion. You meet this person, and you can post something on social media, and that's how you grow. But for us, there's so many other great tools out there for email marketing, and we've been using MailerLite, which I find very helpful as a tool. And another thing that I believe is just inevitable for marketing, it just saves so much time, is AI, and more specifically ChatGPT. I don't know if you've experienced that yet, but it can literally write emails for you. It can write social media posts for you. It can write anything for you, whatever you want. So it's such a time saver, which helps you focus on servicing your clients and building your brand, while you can, let ChatGPT or other AI systems to create those lengthy copies that you never have time to write.
Yeah, it is really incredible. I've even recently used it to help me with a presentation. You obviously refine it and put it in your own voice and so forth. But, where you're sitting there scratching your head saying, okay, where do I start? It definitely is such a time saver. for sure, and helps you to be so much more productive. And we're going to be seeing obviously a lot more of that.
A lot more.
Every day. Every day is
Absolutely.
something
So
new.
I will give you another example. We just this Saturday I'm flying to Cannes Lions to France for the conference. It's the biggest advertising event, a conference of the year, and I'm very excited. And I'm actually flying with one of my colleagues. But if I wasn't going, we were supposed to have a team photo shoot because we're updating our branding and doing all of that. But instead, we're just going to use AI to do photos for us. So it's completely revamping how we do business.
Wow.
And especially now, as I mentioned to you, a lot of our teams are virtual. Some of them are overseas. We have an animation studio in Poland. We have a post-production in Vietnam. We have amazing branding agencies in Ukraine. So how am I supposed to get all these photos look alike, right, of my team members? So what I'm going to do is we're going to use AI to do the Photoshop. Each person is going to snap their headshot on their phones, and then we're going to use AI to change it so that it all looks unified.
Wow, that's amazing. Is there, do you know what particular app or software that is?
Yeah, I will tell you right now. If you give me a second, I'm just going to pull it up. It's called Midjourney.
Midjourney, yes. Our team is actually using that, but I didn't think about using that to make all of the headshots consistent. Yeah. What a great idea. I'm going to take that back to my team and have them do that. That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing that. And I think there's so many, so we need to do some shows just on AI, talking about momentum and sharing those tools. Can you share, you've shared some amazing things already, Ola, but are there any other strategies that you can share with us here today that you in your company have utilized to grow and scale your business?
Of course. One of the things that really helped us to kind of refocus is creating a niche for our agency, because everyone says that they can do videos, everyone says that they can do branding, but what's so special about Highlight, or our agency in particular? So coming from a multicultural ad agency before, and having such a diverse group of talent that we have, it was no-brainer for us to form ourselves as a culturally diverse advertising agency, because we believe that diversity fuels innovation and creativity, and we truly live it, and our backgrounds are also with it. So we position ourselves as that's our niche, being multicultural, being culturally diverse. And I'm not only talking about the cultures that everyone obviously knows, like the Hispanic culture, the Asian culture, but it's even going deep into subcultures, like soccer moms or skaters, or people who love, I don't know, playing cards, or magicians, right? So those kind of cultures, and we really, really are able to reach those subcultures on behalf of our clients and create messages that resonate with them. And again, we use tools to be able to identify them properly and serve the right creative message to them. And at the end, it brings amazing results for our clients, and that's what they're looking for. They are all ROI driven.
Wow, that's really impressive. So basically what you're saying is speaking directly to that niche culture and with your messaging, and so that they really hear you.
Yes.
Instead of being so broad. So for instance, in our business, because we work with business owners in all different industries and all different business models, it would be creating messaging for, that speaks to engineers, or that speaks to bridal chains, right? Specifically,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
I think that's such great advice. It really is. I think sometimes business owners, this is what I hear, and I understand, they get nervous to niche because they feel that they're going to lose clients if they are only speaking to this one group, but I think actually you end up gaining clients because you have people that really hear you.
Yes, absolutely. And the clients want to know that you know their business, right? They are hiring you for the expertise. So if you speak their language on behalf of, you've shared the knowledge about them, it's like, wow, they actually did the homework. Wow, they know me. I definitely want to be part of that team. And that always was like a no-brainer for us. It was just, it's just the way that it works. And for us, it's another thing. I would say 90% of our revenue comes from either repeating clients or referrals too. It's super, super important to maintain good relationship with your clients. And I don't stress it enough. A lot of people get either tired or they just feel like they want something new. And after they have this client, they don't put as much effort to it. But I think this is really, really bad strategy, because that client often moves to other corporations or other agencies. And it will be a great referral for you once they move to different businesses. Also, within each company, there's so many other departments they can bring you in, right? Let's say you're working with marketing department, but they can bring you to strategy department or internal communication department, and so on and so forth. So it's really important. And another thing I would say, don't be afraid to ask. A lot of times we are afraid to ask. All you have to say, can you refer me to someone, or do you know of anyone who's looking for X, Y, and Z? And you'll be surprised how many people are just willing to help.
Yeah. Wow. Just really powerful. What you're sharing here is extremely useful. We talked earlier, Ola, you mentioned about team and the importance of team. And so you were just talking about retaining clients. And, I think it's true that we can be very focused on getting new clients. But if you're getting new clients and then losing clients, it's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's the same thing with team. Attracting and retaining talent, especially in marketing, right? Which can be, people can get impatient and so forth. So what are some of the lessons you've learned in the team realm that you can share for attracting and retaining top talent?
Absolutely. I think it's important for anyone to, first of all, be human. A lot of times we as business owners, we feel like your talent need to be as vested as you or more because you pay them or because they're part of your team. But oftentimes we have to realize that they have their own families, they have their own desires and dreams and so on. So just being human and give them flexibility, that actually helped us gain success. And there's technology, like the more you push, the more you get pushed back. But the moment you let go, the person actually leans forward. So not being too stubborn and too pushy towards your team is something that I definitely, would recommend. But also, I believe it's important to invest in talent development. Because if you have that talent for a while, they feel like they're working the same clients or the same thing and the same day to day. They get bored and uninspired. And especially in our industry, they need that inspiration, that those creative juices need to be flowing to get some ideas. So it's important to do teamwork bonding, like go take them to a bowling game, or like what I did when we had a shoot in Vegas, actually, for a conference. I took the entire team to see Cirque du Soleil. Why not? Yes, it's $100 and something per ticket, but I don't mind. And, I paid for everyone, and it was like one of the best experience for them. So not only the developmental programs that I would recommend getting your team on board, but also some social bonding is a key. But from the developmental ones, I'll give you another 2 examples. So my editor really wanted to take color correction classes. So he brought it up and we paid for it. Our account service person, she said, I want to learn Photoshop. I say, why do you need Photoshop? Like, you dealing with clients, because she's like, oh, sometimes there are these small comments that our client have, and I don't want to bother our designer. Great. We paid for her Photoshop class, and now she's even more valued to us because she can do both. So investing in growth development of your talent, but also giving them some freedom and flexibility and fun has worked for us really well.
Yeah, I think it really is great advice, both on the social side and, it's important for us as CEOs to get support and invest in our own growth, but also there comes a point as your company grows that you really need to invest in your team for sure. So I think that's really smart. We actually have a program in Pinnacle Global Network called Scale Team, where we go out to teams and we mentor the team. We fly out to their company and really get them on board with the vision. And it's amazing because it takes the pressure off of the CEO and actually bonds them more. So whatever it is that you can do for your company, finding that support like you did in training your employee to get better at Photoshop, and the net of that is your business is going to grow. I think sometimes we are afraid to spend the money, but actually those are the things that are going to grow your bottom line. Keeping talent, because every time you lose someone, there's a cost to that as well. So I think that's really fantastic. And talking about branding, because you're so great at the brand piece. What would you say to somebody, a business owner who's just getting started creating their own personal brand for their business? What would be some advice for them?
Like a personal brand, or business brand?
Well, for their business, and do they need to have a personal brand and a business brand? Would they be co-created? How do you usually work that with companies?
I think in my experience, I believe that people want to do business with people. And it's really important to have your own brand. And it's really important to have a presence, whether it's on LinkedIn or even creating your own website for your personal brand. Because again, in our world, in advertising world and branding, people move around very often. So CMO, I don't know if you know, but CMO is one of the biggest churns position in the industry. So every 2 to 3 years, there's new CMO. So where do they go? They go somewhere else. So you bring the connections and brands somewhere else as well. So I would say absolutely go to GoDaddy.com, buy your first name, last name domain if it's not taken yet, but it's important. So that's one advice I would give. Another one, definitely working on the LinkedIn profile. And yeah, if you have time, create podcasts, right? Or creating some kind of email blasts about industry knowledge, sharing your industry knowledge, mentoring, going to mentoring classes, trying to mentor. I volunteer all the time. And by doing so, you meet so many great people in the community. And it helps you grow in a sense that the more you give, the more you get.
Yeah, such great advice. And speaking of WeBank and being a certified business owner, I've been a certified member of WeBank for several years now. How has you being certified with WeBank helped you to grow Highlight?
I love being part of the WeBank family. It's just such a powerhouse. It's so many beautiful connections and women. And in my experience, I didn't have any jealousy or competitiveness. Everyone has been super friendly and pleasure to work with. To this day, I have been partnered with so many other women business owners. Other women business owners would spend so much time explaining me this whole new world of New York City government contracting, which I haven't done yet, but This woman spent like 3 hours like walking me through this whole navigation system just because we met at the WeBank conference, and it's
Wow.
just tremendous. I love it. I love the energy, and I love how much connection and exchange of information. You go to these events, you go to any of the events they host throughout the year, you come back very energized, and it really gives you that boost to move forward. And I think that's essential. Outside of that, I made amazing connections with brands too. One of our clients was Airbnb, that I met as one of the matchmaking, and they saw the quality of work that we were able to produce, and they hired us. And right before pandemic, and we were able to produce like about 5,000 images, like retouch 5,000 images for them because they had a backlog. It was amazing opportunity, and we did it all in like 2 weeks.
Wow. That is incredible. Yeah,
Mhm.
to be able to have the kind of access that you get in WeBank, I'm so grateful. And I think too, you touched on something about attending the events. I think that oftentimes business owners get busy and they say they don't have time. But really, when you take the time to step away and work on the business and be out there and connect, you're actually going to grow your business so much faster. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you for sharing that. And so what are we going to be seeing with your company Highlight in the future? What do you have? What do you have brewing?
Yeah, so we are launching a website. It's going to be Highlight NYC. It's very simple, and we're excited for you to check it out. We have amazing reels there, great case studies and work. So that's all happening about a week from now. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Great. Well, by the time interview is live, then it should be up. So that's highlightnyc.com. Is that right?
highlight.nyc.
Highlight.nyc. Okay, great. We'll put up the link for everybody. Do you have any last words of wisdom, Ola, that you would like to share with the business owner attendees today?
Absolutely. I just want to say that it's super important to stay innovative and curious. I think curiosity is a key for growth, because if we just stay content with where we are, we're actually not going to grow and just kind of go down. So staying curious, staying positive, and staying connected is definitely the key here.
I love that. Curious and positive and connected. And you really are an inspiration, and definitely check out the work that Ola and her team does at Highlight. I went through a lot of your videos and reels and photos, and they're just astounding, truly. So congratulations on everything. And we wish you so much success. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next conference. And so thanks for being here.
Thank you. Oh, this has been amazing. I love being here with you, and hearing all the great things that you're also working on. So very excited for you.
Thank you. And for those of you listening, if you have not subscribed to Women Who Own It, please do. Tell all of your business owner friends to come on over and listen to the show. Share it with business owners you care about. Let them know all about WeBank and the value of getting certified as a women business owner, women business led company. And just for being a part of this, I want to send you a free copy of my Wall Street Journal bestselling book, Scale or Fail. So we will actually drop it in the mail to you. Just go to scaleorfail.com/WeBank, WBENC, and we will send it to you. And so until next time, make decisions from where you're going, not from where you're at. That's my tip all about momentum. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.